Hello, music lovers. It's your girl, Corina Avalos, your music and radio plug with Up in the Mix presents Heavy on the Honey. I'm really excited to chat with my boy today, DJ Coop, and we're going to pick his brain a little bit and hopefully get to know him a little bit better. But welcome.
Appreciate you.
Welcome,
I
DJ
love the
Coop.
decor.
Thank you so much. I'll try to go for the Mexican goth.
That's cool. See, I don't know too many people that like to get called Mexican, so you go like, I ain't no Mexican or I'm Puerto Rican. Or,
well, if they're not Mexican, I understand.
So you Mexican?
I'm Mexican.
Okay, cool.
I'm Mexican, yes.
Full blood?
Full blood. Both of my parents are from Mexico, but I was born in Chicago.
So you legal?
Yes.
Okay, so I ain't want to get raided in here today.
But I definitely have this thing for Victorian decor, as you can tell.
It's dope.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And I wanted to make the music interviews. I wanted to find something of my own because, we have people that are doing these and I wanted to figure out my own lane. And I figured a good way of spilling tea would be in a nice little tea setting. So yeah, that's kind of how that came about. But I actually saw that you were just out of town like a couple days ago. What were you doing in St. Louis?
Oh, St. Louis. We just came from St. Louis. So I had an event at this club called The Marquee. I got booked. But I when I do stuff, I try to make the most out of it. So I just signed the artist from Nashville. He resides in Nashville, but he's from the Midwest, Rude Boy Driller. So I had him come up there. We're doing a promo run right now, media. So we did that. We shot some videos, got some content, just working right now. And we came back yesterday. Like literally, I got him a room to change and stuff like that. Sit down for a couple hours, couple minutes really. Hit the club, shoot the videos. We back on the road because he had 2 shows yesterday with Cruise Control Radio. They did a set in East Nashville, and then he opened it up for one of my other artists that got booked down here. He's from Memphis, Eddie Valero.
Yeah.
At this Hennyland, this place event called Hennyland, Henny Fest. So we did this show too. So we just working. Right. I just got back. I just woke up.
You just woke up. Well, I appreciate you for coming right over once you woke up.
For sure.
I'll try to be a little bit easy with the questions so that, we can get your brain going, waking up again.
I'm always ready. I don't go to sleep. I take naps. So I'm good. Got my ginger ale.
Period.
You ready?
Period. So you mentioned you have 2 artists that you manage. And I guess this would be a great pivot on asking, you've been in the industry for as long as you have.
I got 3 artists that I manage.
3 artists?
I have a female artist from Indianapolis. Her name is Hennessy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just... Actually, I'm working with everybody, but from the other night from St. Louis, I was with Driller, and last night I was with Eddie and Driller. But Hennessy, she's from Indianapolis. She's an R&B singer who knows how to rap.
Yeah.
So
how do you find them?
They just come to me. They just lay in my lap. I don't really look for no artists.
Yeah.
When I did look for artists, it was always a mishap. So it's like, I just believe everything happens like it's gonna happen. Yeah. So it's like with Eddie, we're both from the same neighborhood, Orange Mound in Memphis, but he's like 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So we have mutual friends, mutual people, and at the time he was in Memphis and I'm in Nashville, but he used to come to Nashville for his mom before she passed away at Vanderbilt. And I had a restaurant called Chicken Coop right across the street on Vanderbilt campus. But we never linked. Everybody used to tell him, like, bro, you gotta get Coop, you gotta get a Coop. And I knew who he was, but he's just another rapper to me at the time. Before you come and sit down and have a conversation, you just rapping. I mean, it's good, but him and his brother drove to Nashville. We had a consultation to see where he's at. And, he was just explaining. He was just stuck at a point in his career. He was ready to take it serious. And that was another thing. He wasn't trying to waste my time until he got ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? So once we did that, we locked in from the day 4. We've just been going, and we're going on year 4 now, which My main goals was to get them out of Memphis. So we've done that. So that's like one of my biggest accomplishments. We're touring, we're making money, we're doing great.
Yeah.
So that's with Eddie. And then I actually just met Driller like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we already like gone, but he was already making noise in the city. I met his mom at a bar I was DJing at, Hookah Lounge, and we had encountered like on a nephew auntie situation to where I had an altercation in the club, but she was just more consultant as like an aunt, like, you good, bam, bam, bam. And then just so happened, she never said nothing about her son rapping or nothing like at that moment, but just in general, I do these playlists on Apple and mixtapes and stuff. And she was like, I want to get how much, because I was promoted. And she was like, how much you charge for the slot? And I told her, she paid me for it. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to it. I was like, shit, good, actually. So I'm like, okay, damn, like driller, bam, bam, bam. And then we just linked, really.
Yeah.
With Hennessy, I was doing a promo run with Eddie. We went to Indianapolis, and I asked the DJ up there, who was the local, the hottest local rapper up there, and he had told me that it was this guy named Lil E, and which I met Lil E like 10 years ago when I was on the road with Starlito doing, I used to DJ for him, and it was just like surprising. It was surprising to me, but it was just like for his name to still be there, and the 10 years later, you feel what I'm saying? So hit up E, we went to the studio. And it was funny, like when we walked in the studio, he was playing the beat, like Eddie started writing to it, he jumped on the song, bam, bam, bam. They linked instantly. And like, he had a sister there, so like when he was, what she was telling me was like, he was like, you gotta come to the studio, I gotta introduce you to this person that'll help you, do what you need to do. So, I got good energy, so I'm always like joking and stuff, and and we was just in there, she was in there, I'm like, we was finna go, but she was like, before I go, hey, because some people be shy or whatnot or know how to approach somebody or things like that, but it's like, I'm just the type of person that you got to say what you want. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? The worst thing a person could say is no.
Yeah.
But she did get my attention before I left. She's like, hey, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. It's my page. I looked at it and skimmed over. Okay, cool. You got maybe opportunity, and then I know your brother, so this is a good cosign. Yeah. You feel me? And then I'm like, oh. But she had went viral like 8 years ago on YouTube. She had like 3 million views on one of her videos. It was like during the Me Too time. That movie, like the Me Too thing?
Yeah.
And one of her songs went viral. She just was like, I just didn't know how to capture it at that time. Yeah. So it's like, we just redid it and it's doing well now. But she was just being in there and she's been like, she jumped on the road, we was moving around. She's opened up for shows to Eddie, like, no questions, no back talk, no nothing. Just like, I got to get out of this situation that I'm in. And we just linked. So I've been with her going on a year now. We're working on dropping some new stuff. But what I've been doing is just taking our old music and creating reels to it and content and putting it back out to the world.
Yeah.
Like she's definitely one of the top 3 female artists out of the city of Indianapolis in the last 8 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. So now it's just really like showing the process of building the artist development that I do with a company. Just showing, but you got to show people now, rather than what labels used to do behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. It's just everything is content driven.
That's exactly right. I actually, at a conference that I was at last year, the marketing people said that when you want to develop an artist, especially if you're just now working with them, look at their catalog, see what historically has done well, or even something that you think has a potential, and repurpose it in content form. So it sounds like you know exactly what you're doing.
I've been studying the game for a minute. Like I said, I've been blessed to be in some positions to where they wasn't fully beneficial financially wise, but the game that I got was $100 million worth of game. So it's just like how you put it into what you got going on.
Right.
So I learned how to put tours together, merch, anything artists need. Anything I can do the same thing as labels, just like you just got to have the tools to do it in a budget.
Exactly. It's always about a budget.
It costs. Man, everything costs. Even like this production costs.
Right. And I think it's also important.
But it's an investment.
That's exactly it. Like, I think artists have to realize that you have to invest in yourself so other people can believe in you too.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's how it goes. So if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why would anybody have the incentive to?
Correct.
You know, but you said that your artists have gravitated towards you. Is that something you've noticed with opportunities that you didn't necessarily go seeking them? They just gravitated towards you. Like, for example, Lil Duval going on tour with him, Starlito, working with Glock.
All those was opportunities.
Yeah.
To where I was like, I had to be there. Just my first time going on the road was with Starlito. Right. And he had a DJ that didn't show up to the gig, regardless of what the personal issue was.
Yeah.
I grew up on Starlito, so I was already a Starlito fan, and I used to play it in the clubs when I got to Nashville. And his manager at the time, Ed, had told him, like, hey, you holler at Coop. Like, he be playing stuff in the club when you ain't even in here, because, you know, everybody play your music when you're in the club, but, like, when you gone, but I was already a Starlito fan, so I know every word.
Yeah.
And they hit me up. They're like, hey, you trying to do this show? I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I ain't care about the money or nothing. Like, hell yeah, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we did that. And like, even on the first show, it was funny because it wasn't that many people in there, but it was like, it was lit though because it showed our connection.
Yeah.
This is right before Red got locked up. No, this after Red got locked up. So Red used to be his hype man. But he was doing the show and I had the microphone, so I'm like ad-libbing everything he said. Like, who the fuck got the microphone? Mm-hmm. The whole time it was me, like, I know all these words anyway, so it's like, you know, a dream come true. We did that, did my time with that. Glock, this is my nephew. We got started just like in the beginning of it. And I did, even like on that situation, at the time it wasn't financially beneficial, but I learned the tour game. Like every day I learned it from Daddy-O, which is the top of paper route. Mm-hmm. Along RP Dolph. But I got to learn the game from him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So every morning we had breakfast. Like every city we do, I meet him downstairs for breakfast. Cause I was driving the Sprinter and everything. Like I was older, so they was kids. They 19. And I'm like, he ain't got no money to pay me what I want. I'm just taking what I can just to learn whatever I can around it. I did that like a year or so. And then when Duval, this was like 7 years. I've been on the road with Duval for 7 years. Same thing as DJ. He had a DJ prior to me. Well, I guess the availability wasn't there anymore, and they had called to Nashville just to see like who's the top DJs, who they refer, XYZ. You know, my name, I've been working for a minute, so my name was highly recommended. And then like some people that I know, you know, some built relationships with Larry Live, which is he's founded Moneybag Yo, Don Tripp. I'm not saying founded, but he was the ones that like brought him to the right situation. You know what I'm saying? Larry Live, OGT from Fat Caps here. He's pretty much like part of natural history. A couple other people that mentioned my name. And then that was one way. And then like when I was talking to Duval, he was like, well, I just looked at everybody, their name they sent out, just went with the one that was following me. So at the time, I was the only one following them. Because I'm the only, like, even though how I looked at it, because I was like age bracket wise, someone was my age, but someone was younger, so they wasn't really up on like Comic View, stuff like that. We used to sneak and watch that at nighttime. So it's like I knew who it was. I just didn't know they knew he needed a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is like right before he dropped Smile. Literally, I'm like the first person to drop Smile. We was at Zany's club. He's like, I'm finna drop this song. Snoop Dogg. Y'all vibe out to it. And like the next week, it dropped, went viral. 7 years later.
Yeah. Which 7 years is a pretty long time. I feel like in the music industry, that's like equivalent to
about
20.
15. Yeah, 15, 20 for sure.
Yeah. And because we do learn a lot and the years go by so fast. Mm-hmm. But I guess this is just my curiosity. Mm-hmm. from the moment you started, what is a vast difference you've seen in the scene from then to now?
For which scene?
Music. Even just in the DJ scene. Because you're seeing more people more DJs pop up.
That's the only thing I've seen the difference, but it's like, I look at things like a class almost, like, like a freshman, senior.
Yeah.
So I've just seen I've seen a lot of people come and go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I haven't seen any difference outside of like social media.
Right.
That's the only difference that I've seen vastly, like social media and taking the tools. But even with breaking the artist, you still got to do the old guerrilla marketing. You just need to record it and put it out. So people don't really have the idea of what really goes on behind the artist development part of it, because now everybody goes viral and they skip the whole artist development and they just throw them out there on the stage or whatever. So it's kind of like make or break in front of a million people. You never be on the stage, you might shit on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like that could be a blessing, but with that blessing comes a lot. It could be your downfall too, because you now have to sustain.
Yeah,
that.
It's like I said, it's easy to get on.
Yeah.
What's hard is staying relevant.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough to create even different avenues outside of DJing. DJing just got me in the game.
Yeah.
So I've done clubs, restaurants, studios, anything you think of. I'm an entrepreneur. So
is your cool, diversification of your incomes and your entrepreneurial?
Yeah, I mean, I quit my job 15 years ago. I used to work at Frito-Lay. That was the last job that I had. Before then, I had like 40 other jobs, but that was my last job. So I had to figure it out if this is what I wanted to do to sustain whatever life that I chose to, not what people think you should have. So I've always lived within my means.
Yeah.
I just know how to make it look good.
And that's how you've been able to maintain longevity in the music industry? Entertainment industry.
Entertainment, actually, yeah. So the music, I stopped, when the music stopped when me and Glock ended. We never ended, like, as far as me just doing business as his DJ, as his road DJ. Then Duval came. So I've been in the comedy world for the last 7 years. I'm just now getting back into music, the music world 4 years ago with Ed Valero.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So from Glock to Valero, it's the same thing because they not too far from each other as far as like in the city, being in the city. And I seen where Glock started and where he's at now, and that was 7 years ago. So I understand it might take 7 years to get to this. So I've never wanted to go in the elevator. Let me take the steps. So, okay, if I'm at year 4 and my artist is accumulating $5,000 to $7,500, we on the right track. You feel what I'm saying? So if we get at year 30, I mean, I say, yeah, please, year 30. But if we get at year 7 and Glock is getting $100,000 a show, which I don't know what he's getting right now, but I'm pretty sure he's going on tour, right? He's about to do another tour with, like, I think Sirius or Live Nation or something like that. So they paying you. You're getting paid, and you're doing ticket sales. So I'm on the right track. Everything that I learned from Daddy-O and XYZ or whoever, I'm putting into fruition into my own artists, step by step. You feel what I'm saying? The artist development, like content driven. That's the most thing about it now is just the content. So you got the blogs. You got the blogs and all this stuff that you use for tools to get on different platforms. But we're right on track.
Yeah. And you said something about an elevator. Like, I guess you're just trying to obviously just paint an example, but I think a lot of people, when they see an artist and they go from maybe like they've known him for like 1 or 2 years, they just assume it's overnight success, but they don't know about the 7 years before.
Correct. So they're like, well, you can look at my page right now, but you'll be scrolling. If I put everything, it dates back to 2012. So that's 13 years just in general on social media. And it's just getting good now. So it's like, it's just, like I said, everybody, like the elevator, I feel like it's the viralness. So even if you go viral, how you gonna stay viral or take advantage of being viral? What do you have to sell? Or just Because viral, you on the viral for about 3 to 4 hours. I mean, not about 3 days max. Unless they just drag it out like Will Smith smacking you or something. But outside of that, it's just 24, 48 hours. It just depends on how messy it is.
With I guess I know that we were just talking about the artists that you manage and how you been doing the DJ stuff for the last 7 years. I did see a post on your social media where you're wanting to branch out into new horizons. One being management, but then the other one being the Uncle Coop show.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about those plans?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much taking a break from DJing for somebody. Like, because with that, it takes a lot of time out of your schedule that you have to make somebody else's schedule priority. So you take the cut regardless, whatever it is, because I'm a loyal person. So I'm dedicated to what I do. So I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. So, but it takes a lot of time. You can't get time back. You can get the money every day, but you can't get the time back. So you got to make it worth your while, which I feel like I've done in making content and contacts. I'm a legend at that. So the Uncle Coop show is just something I came up with. I've actually been having it. This was a podcast I created like before the pandemic when the visual podcast blew up. But this was like 2018, 2016, I was doing it. The Uncle Coop show. And then like now, with being in the music, I guess you can call me a cosign or something, whatever that means. But I just wanted to create a platform for artists to showcase their music. You know what I'm saying? That's the hot thing right now, which I've been doing it in real life before the platforms. I was doing them in the clubs. You feel what I'm saying? So I used to do the slept on showcases, all those things. And I just want to really give my all to something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as like my management company, Slept On Music Group, we do management and artist development, working on the label. Just as drill a collar like now. I do so much, so it's like if I'm gonna give my time to it, I'd rather be like to what I want to do.
Yeah, pouring into your own cup, finally.
That's the most time that I make my own. That's the most, when I put myself first, like when I have my business and stuff, I make the most money. Like for my clubs, that's when I really make money. And after hours, when I'm doing my clubs and restaurants and stuff. So that's what I'm getting back into now. I'm just putting me first. I've had a good run, you know what I'm saying? But now I want to enjoy the fruits of the labor. I ain't missing. I want to be at my artist shows. I want to, because, when I'm on the road with somebody else, I'm just looking at the shit from Instagram. But I want to see, like now, like these last couple of days, last couple of weeks, so I can already see it. So like I ain't gonna miss the Rolling Louds and all the festivals and the touring. Like I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
So that's that. Just taking the DJ out of just Coop, Uncle Coop, Coop the Connect, Coop Motion, whatever.
For somebody that wants to get into the industry, whether that's music or entertainment in general, would you say that something that's one of the most important things is to, besides being locked in, but also making sure that they pour into their own cup? Because it sounds like what you're trying to do is now focus on continuing to expand on your brand because you have built one.
Correct.
But now, and that takes, when you're working a full-time job with obviously maybe a salaried paycheck, but that does take away from you having that energy to pour into your glass. And so, of course, you can do both things simultaneously, but it's not going to be equal effort. So would you say that it's important to not forget yourself when it comes to being successful in this industry? Because at the end of the day, really what you have is your name, your brand, your image. And so we can't forget that either if we want to be successful in the business.
You definitely got to put yourself first, regardless of whatever situation it is. And just being open, going into it. You got to know the difference of like taking advantage of situations that you put in and knowing how to make it good for you.
Yeah.
It might not be the best salary base or whatever, but I can work these rooms. I can do what I want to do. That's more than the money because I can make my money off of that.
Yeah.
So you just got to know what you want out of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty much, that's just it. You just got to know what you want, but you definitely got to, like you said, this is your brand. Mm-hmm. So you taking money out of your time. You taking money out of your budget. You taking time out of your schedule to do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this what you know what I'm saying? This what it make you sleep at night. Like I know my money's well spent. I know I'm getting clients that actually got something going on. So I know I might got to spend a couple of dollars to boost the post or do this or put it on ads. But you know for sure that you're putting in it, so you know you get something out of it.
Right. And when you feel, because I know that sometimes you seem like a confident person, just as authentically. Mm-hmm. But how do you, when it's pouring down rain, like metaphorically speaking, when it rains, it pours. But how do you maintain positivity when those days happen?
You got to get wet. You take a shower, don't you? Get the umbrella or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to keep going. Like, there's just life for me is like, you got to keep going. My confidence gets always misconstrued for cockiness or like, but it's just like, I just don't let nobody in my bubble. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't have good intentions. So I learned it from Jelly Roll, my guy. He's like, hey, Bubba, just go where they accept you at. You feel what I'm saying? Go where they roll the red carpet out. Why you gonna go over there? You know they don't like you. Yeah. You looking for trouble. No, just stay in your lane. Like you said earlier, stay in your lane. Just do your thing. Mm-hmm. Well, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. You go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Exactly. So that's how. And it's gonna rain all the time, but it's like that's why they got umbrellas. That's why we got raincoats. You know what I'm saying? That's why you put the flashers on. I don't never stop on the side of the road. Like I just can't get across the water. But that's if I'm in a car. But if I can get a boat, we're gonna figure it out. Mm-hmm. So
you gotta go through it to get through it.
Exactly. Don't get stuck in it. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody like I'm going through this. I'm like, go all right, keep going. Don't get stuck in it. Like keep it moving. Life goes on.
I appreciate you for offering these words of advice and wisdom to me. And I hope that the people listening walk away with some type of knowledge and also to get to know you on a deeper level as well, because I'm sure they've heard of you. They've heard your name. They've seen it. But do they know you?
Right. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it too, because I just started doing interviews and stuff like that. I'm more of a behind the scene person. But it's like, it's content too. So it's like, I appreciate it. I know your production's going to be A1. So
thank you. I'm excited. Really try. I really wanted to. That was one of my main focuses when I started this. I wanted to make sure that what I was producing and pumping into the universe was in alignment with what I wanted as my vision. Mm-hmm. And so I really tried to walk in with questions that aren't repetitive. You know, I'll try to study the people that I ask on and listen to previous interviews so that I don't say or ask anything that they've already heard.
You did a great interview too, so that's the good thing.
Thank you. And you offered... honestly, I didn't even have to ask you the questions because all the questions I had loaded, you were answering as I went. And I was like, okay, check. So it's like at some point I just was like, okay, which ones did he answer? So, but sure. I appreciate you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that we can stay connected. I would love to learn more about your artists. I also
we gotta bring them through.
Yeah, I have a music blog that I also post new releases on Fridays. So I would love to feature their music once they drop. I'm
gonna send it out to you. Don't worry about it. Spam your account.
Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This is another episode with your girl Corina Avalos, your music and radio plug with Up in the Mix.